Welcome to my week in movies, the series where I talk about all the movies I watched during the week. This week I watched 8 movies, so let's get into it. I started my week and ended my 2024 with When Harry Met Sally, and I got to see it in theaters, which was such a treat because it's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. I think it is so good and probably one of the best rom-coms ever made, and just definitely a big influence in the rom-com universe. And then I started 2025 with Twisters because I start every year with a Glen Powell movie. And you know what? I was torn between this and Hitman, but I watched Hitman on a flight recently, so let's start with Twisters. I think this movie is fun. Love Tyler Owens. And you know what? When are we getting Twisters 3? Give it to me. Then I watched The Red Shoes, which I really enjoyed. I thought the color in this was just beautiful. And I'm really a fan of obsession for perfection type movies. And this was, it's not one, but it's kind of like one. Her struggle picking between dance and love. I was eating it up. Then I watched Punch Drunk Love, which I had seen once before when I was little, but I didn't like the movie. But watching it now, I loved it. I'm a sucker for a PTA movie, and I just thought this one was interesting. Then I watched the new Wallace and Gromit, and Wallace and Gromit can do no wrong. I love these movies. I love Feathers McGraw. It was a great time. But I will say, I never trusted that gnome. In his first scene where he's introduced, I'm like, how could you do Gromit such dirt like that? No. And right after watching Wallace and Gromit, I made my family watch The Substance, and I love this movie. They didn't love it, but I think this movie, great. One of my favorites of last year. Then I rewatched Wicked, and all I have to say is I need part 2 now. Do we really need to wait till November? Because I need to hear As Long As You're Mine, because that's going to be life-changing for good. That's going to be emotional destruction. That is going to kill me. And I need to hear Ariana's version of Thank Goodness because I love that song, and I need to hear her do it justice. And to end my week, I watched Blue Velvet, and I don't even know what to say about this movie. It was something. It was good. I enjoyed it. Or at least I can appreciate it, but I still don't know how I feel about it. And my favorite movie I watched this week was The Substance.